Hi everyone. So how is everybody doing? First of all, it's rude of me not to ask you how you're all doing. I hope you're all doing well and you're making lots of crafty things. I have been watching them on YouTube, and Mr. May, I've been watching a lot of hauls, and I've been watching, what else have I been watching? I watched Sam's haul that she did on the Downton Abbey stuff that she had from Crafter's Companion. I watched Tammy's, what did I watch? Tammy's haul and what she recently got. I've been watching Angie Paisley and her lovely wedding book, which I think is fantastic. I watched Avril and what she had for It's a Mystery. So she's well excited with her ballet slippers. So have been watching. Sorry if I haven't been commenting. I do forget to do it. And it's bad of me to say that. I do genuinely forget. What it is, I'm crafting along and I had to have you on while I'm crafting. And then my YouTube automatically flicks onto the next video. So it can be anything and it can be anybody's channel. And I always forget to go back and comment. So I do apologise, ladies. But I wanted to give you all a big shout out to those that I have been watching. And hopefully I'll be able to do it in, I'm hoping instead of me worrying about commenting, I can give you a shout out in my video. So the channels I've named are Angie Paisley. Hi Angie. The Scottish crafter, sorry, who is Sam. Hi Sam. Tammy, who is Tambera Lillian Crafts. Hi Tammy. And Avril, who it's, I always say Poppies, but she's not, she's Puppets Ribbon and Lace. Hi Avril. So those are the main ones I've been watching recently, and I've been like really enthralled in what you've all been got recently. And I've been watching Marlu's new kits coming out as well. I've been really trying hard not to go over to Marlu's website because I know she has delicious things all the time. And she is Gracie's Palace here on YouTube. So hiya Marlu. So, tilda doll. You're going to get sick to death of these steps. We're on step 18, I believe this is. And it's the skirt. Woohoo! We're going to give her a skirt. So I'm going to show you. I haven't done a skirt on these dolls. I have stitched all around here, and I've stitched at the back where I said I would. And on the shawl, because it's a shawl, I stitched around the back and down the sides. And I did do a few stitches here just to relieve it, you know, to leave it loose, but not too loose that it was going to come off. And then I did a few stitches where her elbows are to make it into a shawl. So that's what I've done on that doll. This one, as you can see, and as I told you all, this is just an applique I've just folded over, and then I fussy cutted out some appliques that didn't have any beads on, and I've put it on her sleeves each side. So they're two different, completely different dolls, as you can see. So I haven't made a skirt for any of them. I know you've all been waiting for this step, and I'm sorry that it's the last one. Teddy's in the room with me, so he is snoring. So if you hear him snoring, he is in the room. He's my background noise. So let's begin. Now, I'm going to cut for the pink one, and then for the yellow one, I'm going to do off camera. It's the same step that I'll be doing. I'll probably cut the fabric at the same time as the yellow one, but as for putting it together, I'll do that off camera because it's the same sort of, it's the same thing. So we're going to do the pink one. Now, what you need to remember on a tilda doll, they are really, really, really long. And they're only long because when you sit them down, they don't look too long when you sit them down, but they're only long because of the way they are made. You can make tilda dolls that are a lot smaller than this. You don't have to go for the one that I've done in the pattern that I give you right at the very start. You can go for a lot smaller. Now, I'm going to make her dress I'm going to make it as long as I possibly can. That's why I haven't put too much detail on her boots, because I want her to have a quite full dress. So the way to do it now, I'm trying to think, where did I put my measuring tapes? Where's that gone? Haha, I found them. Okay, my trusty teddy bear. Right, I'm going to start her dress off, and don't worry about any frills on the dress because you can do that sort of later. I'm going to start off going underneath because I want her to start, I want to sew just where her, or where her tummy would be really, because I want the applique to go across over the top. So I'm going to start from there, and you can start from here and you can make your bodice longer. You could start from this line and make your body, you know, your top half longer. It's all up to you. So it depends where you want your skirt. You could do it from there, but that just means you're making it a longer top. I've only made a short top on both of the dolls, so my skirt's going to be, it's more going to be looking like a dress rather than a skirt. But it's totally up to you. Decide where you want the dress to be. Do you want it there and down? Would you like it there and down? Do you want to go from that line, or do you want to go up? It's a personal choice, totally up to you. Like I say, I want the applique to fold over the dress, so I'm going to go just under, and you want to lay your doll as flat as you can. And she is, I want to make it 19 inches long. I want to make it 19 inches long. So wide, I will go through that as well. So now I know it's 19 inches. I've got this fabric. Now, the yellow doll, the one with the black hair, she's in yellow, as you all know. So the pattern for the fabric I'm using for that one is exactly the same fabric and same pattern, it's just in yellow. So what I'm going to do, you want to fold your fabric in half. I'll get there now. I need to change my boards. Wait a second, bear with me, because I can't cut on a glass board. Not fabric anyway. Right. Fold your fabric in half, and we want it 19 inches, didn't we say? We 19 inches long. How long is that? That's quite long actually. This is 20, I think it's 20, either 21 or 22. It's 22 inches. So I'll probably cut some off this, but I'm going to keep the length just for now, and then I can cut it off as I go. Right, so remember 19 inches. Now it's the width that you want to concentrate on. So I'm going to be bringing this dress in. So if you're going to be bringing the dress in, you want to imagine that you've got the doll. This is the waist. So you want to imagine they're going to be bringing it in. So the more you bring it in, the more wide your dress needs to be. If you're just going to sew flat up against the doll, what I mean by this is, if you're just going to sew like that and just go around, you can do. You'll have a flatter looking dress, and it would just remain flat like that. You can do that way. Or what I'm not going to do is I'm going to gather it in. And you can see already, without me doing any stitches, it's starting to puff out. So I want to make sure, now my doll is, I'm going to go the widest point first. She's 6 inches at her widest point. So 6 inches would be, let me see, like I said, I'm going to just keep the length for now. 6 inches would be there, but I wanna gather it in, so I think I'm gonna go that's 12. So I've gone double, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18. I think I'm going to go 18 inches. And you're probably thinking 18, Claire, really? But by the time I've gathered that in, it'll look really, it will look puffy, which is what I want. The smaller I go, the less of a puff I'm going to get. So I'm going to do 18 inches. And I need, Claire, you need, I think that's 18. Let me just check. 0 is 18 there. Now I might have to move this board underneath, so I'm going to keep at that there for a second, and I'm trying to think what I've done with my, what have I done? Oh gosh, what have I done with my chalk? Perhaps it's in my sewing book. It's in the living room ready for me to sew. So I'm going to mark it with a pencil. I need to mark it with a chalk really to show you what I mean. So I've marked it with a pencil. Just there. You all see that? So I'm going to move my pencil out of the way. And I'm going to move this rubber mat out of the way. Now, you'll have to bear with me, ladies, because the board underneath, it is used. I'm just going to put it that way. It's not, I do wash it, I promise you I do, but it is used. So, you know, because it is going to be used, it is going to be, it's going to look tatty, which it does look tatty because it is used. So I'm going to have to move this board out my way, because I'm going to need the full length of my table in order to cut this dress. So where are we? 18 inches. Lay it completely flat. And I've got this. And I'm just gonna cut. I'm gonna make sure that's straight first of all though. So I've done 18 inches. Right. I need my scissors, my cutter, rather. Okay, so let's unclip this. Okay, now I need to move it up. There we are. Straighten this out so that this is straight. So I'm going to lose my... I'm going to sew this on the machine anyway, so you're really not going to see it. There. So I'm going to move this fabric out the way. So this is the fabric we won't need. A guard on that, just in case. So this measures 22 inches by 18. So I've got the width I want. Now I need to sort out the length. Now, like I say, this, I did measure it 22 inches. So I want a bit of a... My table isn't going to allow me to cut this. I know it's not. Where's my... There it is. So 19 inches would be... No, I want 1 inch. There's 19. Sugar. Zero, there's 19 there. That's 19. Why did I just... Oh, God, that's just such a... So I've done it 18, oh God, 18 inches, and I'm trying to go 20. Trying to do 20, but I need to lay it flat as well I can. Right, that's 19, that's 20. There. And I know you probably can't see that where I've marked it, so I'm just going to pull it across so I'm in frame, and I'm going to cut it. So I'm right-handed, I'm just going to pull it a bit more this way, and this side should be straight. There. And then I'm gonna, so I did it, it should measure now 18 by 20 inches, because you'll need that extra inch at the bottom anyway, because by the time you've gathered it up and pulled it up, you'll need that inch. I'm just going to move this out my way. Okay, don't need that. So this is our skirt. This is what our skirt looks like. Now I have doubled it because by doubling it and I want to make this skirt a lot puffier. So what I need to do now is I'm gonna, should have cut it and I forgot to. I need to just going to cut down that fold line because I folded the fabric in half, and there's a reason why I'm cutting down the fold line. And when you go in, I'm not going in 1 inch, I'm probably going in 1/4 of an inch, because gosh, right, okay, and you probably can't see anything that what I'm doing. Wait a sec. Okay, so I've now got 18 inches. It measures 18 inches, which I'm going to measure it for you to be clear on the measurements. No, it doesn't measure 18, it measures, because I cut it, look. Yes, 18 and 3/4, no, 17 and 3/4. I measured it 18, but because I've cut it, I've obviously cut the fabric down. So you need to give yourself a little bit of room when making these Tilda dolls. And this one measures 19 3/4. I did say 20s and I, so it's gone down because I've cut it. I'm expecting it to go down because of the way I'm cutting it. So the next thing we need to do, let's put the safeguard on this obviously, is we're going to join these two pieces together. Now, the quickest, easiest way to do this, because I want the pattern on the inside as well as the out, so that it looks like one dress. Now, I could use one piece, but that's what the pattern's going to look like on the inside. So as I want it to be a complete piece, I'm going to use the same pattern. That's why I've cut two pieces. So the pattern, when you see it at the bottom of the skirt, or when you're sitting down, when she's sitting down, you're going to see the pattern underneath. So all we're going to do for this is we're going to join the pieces together. But before we join the pieces together, where we've cut, we need to stitch. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pins, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do now. Get my pins correct. And I'm going to go and cut it out in the yellow now in a second. So I've got yellow and pink. Okay. All I'm going to do, leave a 1/4 inch gap. You can use the tool if you want, but as I know what a 1/4 inch is, like I say, the more you sew this, the smaller your skirt's going to get. So cut it big and you'll land up with a puffy, nice puffy skirt. And all I'm doing is I'm going to be putting pins all the way around my two pieces cut. And I'm going to do the pins all the way around like that, leaving a 1/4 inch seam allowance for myself. And I shall be back. So I've pinned it all, as you can clearly see, and I've left a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now you're probably thinking, why have I sewed right sides together? Shouldn't it be the wrong side? You're really not going to see your stitches anyway, because the top of your stitches are going to be pinned underneath your bodice. The sides of your stitches you're going to pin together, and then the bottom you're going to put some trim on there, hopefully. So a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Remember that and you will be okay. And we're going to sew all the way around. I'm going to take, now I don't even know where to begin. Should have done it the other way. Never mind. Right. So let's begin. Now I always forget what way my machine goes. I don't know why, but I just do. I think it goes towards me, goes back, I think, methinks. We'll find out now in a second. Okay, so I am going to just take this first pin out, and I'm just going to pop the foot down on that corner like so. I think if it goes the other way, it goes the other way, but so it goes the other way. It had to go the other way. I always forget what way my machine goes. I don't know why. I should remember it, but I don't know. Is there a tip to remember it? Is there a tip to remember what way your machine goes? Right. And we're off. So I'm going to take each pin out as I go. I do want to cover those corners. Okay. To help me straighten this out, take that pin out. I'm popping them in my little pot. Now I have got zigzag going on. Like I say, you're really not going to see your stitches anyway, but and you just keep going until you do it all the way around. Now I'm going to finish this edge. I'm going to go back on these edges because I want those edges to remain. I don't want the stitches coming out on those corners. And I'm going to continue going all the way around, and I will be back with you once I have the yellow fabric and this pink one all sewn up. So I will be back with you shortly. Okay, so I'm back. I've done the pink and the yellow for both dolls. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut the ends off because I've just literally just finished sewing it together. And like you say, leave a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance and go around your corners one more time. You know, go back to make sure your stitches are in that corner. And I don't know where I've started up here. I'll flip it over. Right. Now, because it's a doll and I want those stitches to remain in, all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly take my pinking shears, and I'm not going right, I'm going close to the stitches, but I'm not going to go super close because I don't want the stitches to come undone. I'm just going to go all the way around. Now, like I say, when you first cut your fabric, you want to make it slightly bigger, because by the time you've sewed it and you've done this, it'll take that fabric in for you. Whether you meant to or not, it will take that in for you anyway. So always cut it big, because then you'll know that you've got enough to do your doll one. So I am going to do this to both fabrics, and once I've done this, we're on to the next step, which is the step that we're going to be doing next. Once I've done this, I might split this video into 2 parts actually. So the second part will be the last 2 steps to create your Tilda doll. So I am going to go off now and pink shears my edges just like that. And I will see you in part 2, where we're going to do the last 2 steps on this Tilda doll to make it a complete doll. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.